Welcome in to the Ryan Ripken Show. I am not Ryan Ripken, obviously. This is not an episode of Locked On Ravens either. I'm Kevin Ostreicher. I do host Locked On Ravens, and of course, I'm also a part of the Ryan Ripken Show. I already see people questioning who's it going to be tonight. But this is the Kevin Ostreicher Show. It's not the Zach Ballinger Show. We'll be having a couple others join us throughout the night, I think. At least I believe Rocco, maybe Brad will be hopping in. Maybe Ryan, maybe Zach. Who knows? But I'm tasked with starting it off here. What a crazy win. The Orioles get on track again. They win a less crazy game than 2 nights ago, 6-4 over the Chicago White Sox. Heroics from Adley Rutschman. Craig Kimbrell shuts the door, and debuting, I'm going to bring this. We're going to have fun tonight. The Moo Man himself, Colton Cowser, with an incredible play at the wall. Rob's Tommy Pham of a homer, and that's how the game is over. So I don't have anything in this. I probably should have put something in it. Ryan, I should have said, get some tequila in there, put it in. But Ryan has a message for everybody in the chat. If you're watching live, he asked on a scale of 1 to Moo, how are you feeling right now with this Orioles win? 2 straight for Baltimore. They at least secure, not a sweep. They weren't getting swept after the first game, but this one felt a little more natural. I'd love it if the rain would stop being the rain and impacting these games the way it has. We're going to have a lot to talk about here, though. I appreciate everybody who's tuning in. A little late night Ryan Ripken Show. It's going to be, we got a lot to talk about. I think, first of all, I'm trying to scroll through the chat here. I see Kieran saying, get the tequila ready. Ryan's probably out right now having some tequila and celebrating. Oh, I see the moves. Look at all these moves in here. Look at all of these moves. I'm with you. I regret not putting something in here. I really should have put something in here. We're going to be talking about him, though. Colton Cowser. We'll also get into the news of who is starting tomorrow, replacing Dean Kramer. We got news of that about 10, 20 minutes ago at the time of this recording. We're also going to be talking a little bit about a couple new segments I want to implement, at least for these live shows, where we talk about some of the good and some of the bad that happened in wins and losses. But again, the reason we're going live here, and it wasn't, some crazy walk-off game, is because of the fact that we're going to try on the Ryan Ripken Show to do a lot more streams after games. We're going to try to go live after every single Orioles game. And so what a way to start. Two live shows after, once we started to do this, 2 wins. Now, it didn't involve a crazy Gunnar Henderson interference at the end of the game, but Gunnar Henderson, again, certainly contributed to this win with another monster home run using the entire field, opposite field. But Jordan Westburg got things started off here. And he also, it seems like this whole Orioles team, when they are on, they are using the entire field. We talked about that, and Ryan has talked about it a ton. But Adley comes in and just he's the clutch man, the bloop single. And honestly, if Benintendi doesn't trap the ball the way he did, it was he dove for the ball, one hopped it into his glove somehow. Tony Tater's hustling all the way from first, and I was a little nervous. He wasn't going to make it, but hustle from Tony Tater. So good for him. And for Baltimore, this is kind of what we've wanted to see for a little bit now, where, yes, Gunnar gets it going with the homer, but yeah, Ryan Mountcastle with the ground rule, the one hopper double, which, again, you're getting guys on, you're bringing them in. You hope. Now, for Corbin Burns, he goes another 6 innings. I believe he's gone at least 6 innings in 5 or 6 straight games, the 7 hits, 3 runs, and that's enough to get the job done. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about the Burns usage. I think there are some people who, again, you want Burns to go out there and not feel like he's throwing his arm off or anything, but it feels like some people want more than 6 out of him. But it's about how he feels and about, the organization. Again, if you can stretch those starts from 6 innings to 7 innings, hopefully. I know there's been some conversation about Brandon Hyde a little bit too. Yeah, I see Aviator Dread saying Tony was toot major pain on that train coming home. Yeah, I honestly didn't know if he was going to make it or not. I mean, that was such a weird play. I mean, Benintendi tried to get there. If he misses that ball, we talk about the inside the park homer we saw last series. Adley might get on his horse and go all the way. I mean, we'll see. It obviously only was a single for Adley, but we're going to see just how this team continues to flow here, because the offense has been a little better at getting runners in scoring position, and not only getting them in scoring position. I mean, that's been the big thing, but also bringing them home, not just on the long ball. So we're going to start a new segment here, and we're going to talk about it, called 3 Up, 3 Down. And I'm going to try to implement this a little bit, where 3 things that we liked and 3 things that we didn't from the game. Now, that might be a little rush. Maybe we'll change it to 1 up, 1 down or something. But in the chat, if you have anything that you either liked from the game or did not like from the game and you want us to talk about it, we're going to try to get to as many as we can here. But 3 things that you liked, 3 things that you didn't. If you want to break it down into 1 or 2, that's fine. Now, one of the things I liked about this game for Baltimore is Craig Kimbrell coming in, shutting the door, right? Two straight times. Now, obviously, last night's game was a little weird, and 2 pitches, 2 outs from Craig Kimbrell, so you'll take that, right? But I like where Craig Kimbrell is at right now. His fastball seemed to be on, and it's, again, getting these guys back in confidence. There are going to be slumps. There are going to be struggles. A couple weeks ago, we were talking about just how badly Craig Kimbrell was struggling. How do you go out there and how do you fix Craig Kimbrell? It's not about DFAing him. It's not about releasing him. It's not about trading him as well. And I see Kieran saying, looks like Kimbrell got his swagger back. He absolutely seems like it. And so when we're talking about guys like Mullins, who again struggled, but when you're talking about those types of guys, there have to be other ways to get them involved while also not hurting the team. So Mullins is important for the Orioles, right? It's important that he's on. He's not right now. He hasn't been for a while. We can all acknowledge that. And it's been unfortunate because we know the type of player he can be when he is on. But it's about finding him different opportunities, much like we're talking about with Craig Kimbrell. And I think Zach and I talked about this last night. Speaking of, shout out Zach for playing along, and also Laura saying it's a lot. I think a lot of Apple TV comments I saw in the chat too. But Zach saying he loved how Tony kicks it in the second gear on that score, the Adley hit. Yeah, I was saying, I don't know if you were tuning in earlier, Zach, but I wasn't sure Tony was going to score that play. I was a little nervous. I was a little nervous for it. So I'm glad he did. But back to Kimbrell. It's about, again, finding him the ways to go out there and be himself while just getting his confidence back. He was struggling. And so what do the Orioles do? They put him in the 7th. They put him in the 11th in a high leverage situation there. It's not about DFAing right off the bat. It's not about getting rid of a guy at the first struggle, right? If things continue to happen, and Ryan talks about how, yeah, you know what? If we're still talking about this in June, it can become a trend. And yeah, Zach, people are calling for you. Sean's saying, get in the stream. You're letting Sean down, man. You got to get in here again. I don't know. We might get Ryan at some point. Might get Rocco. Might get Brad. I don't know. Zach, I think, is partying it up this weekend, so he might be out of commission unless everybody wants a Zach party stream, which I don't. Maybe he'll be game to do. But for me, the big thing I liked, if we're just doing the 1 up and 1 down, my 1 up would definitely be Craig Kimbrell. I think for everybody, 1 down is Apple TV. Man, I see a lot of comments in there. I see comments about Cano, stuff about how his decision making is in here as well. But I see Jess here. This is another one we can talk about. Let's talk about Colton stealing that homer. Colton Cowser has been the topic of a lot of conversation this year. And it has been, you want to talk about like swings, like the pendulum swinging. Colton Cowser, I think, has been on both sides of that. Scorching start to the season. We know that was absolutely mashing the heck out of the ball, was doing his thing. Then he went through a big slump, and he's still, I think, trying to fully work his way out of that. But we've started to see a little bit of life back from Colton Cowser. But what I love, speaking of life, how fired up he was. I mean, it was a heck of a play. Tommy Pham crushes that ball to where I was right around like right center field. And Cowser goes up, brings that ball in, and look, that's a winning play, right? Sometimes you might not have it all the time. Sometimes you might be struggling. Sometimes you're in a little bit of a slump, trying to get out of it. Winning plays matter. In winning plays, if you're struggling, it's how can you help the team win in the midst of going through something. Cowser has, I think, gotten some of that swagger back, but I loved him fist pumping. Talk about leg kicks. He had that leg kick all the way up, right? His leg went into the wall. His foot was stuck on the wall. So Colton, to me, is somebody, again, all these guys are really important to the Orioles' success. You want all these guys to be on, especially when you get to September and October, but we're in May right now. essentially almost June. There's a lot of time for guys to figure it out. And for Colton, I think, again, if you can have him be as on as possible, as late as possible, it's not about sitting him every day, right? It's not about just saying, oh, Colton, we're going to give you 4 days off. We're going to give you 5 days off. You're not going to be an everyday regular. You have to still get these guys at bats, get these guys in these games. I think when you're talking about a guy like Heston, for example, he wasn't getting that. Now he's back down in AAA, absolutely mashing the heck out of the ball. So I think, to me, Colton's a big part of what they do. And I see Jeremy with a good point here. I like this point a lot, Jeremy. He says all the relievers go through struggles, just part of the game. And it's not just relievers. He also says relievers and players. It is part of the game where, again, extended struggles are tough, and you try to work on guys to get them figured out. But we know this Orioles team is competing for a World Series, right? We know this team is competitive. And so if a guy continues to go through an extended struggle, you have to find ways to try to get them involved. And if that still isn't working, it's about just continuing. The organization, they're not just going to give up on guys in the blink of an eye, right? The Orioles have so much depth. The Orioles can get through, and luckily they are, for the most part, winning in the midst of some of these guys, particularly in the outfield, having some struggles. And I see Garrett, I'm trying to check, but Garrett saying Kimbrel told Cowser he could keep the ball after Colton was very nice to Craig and threw his save ball into the fountain in Kansas City. So good gesture on Craig to be able to do that here. And yeah, geez, crazy game through the comments here again. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe here to the channel. If you're a channel member, really appreciate you and the support that you're giving. And of course, anybody tuning in who's not a channel member, of course, appreciate you all as well. We've built up a great community here on the Ryan Ripken Show. Again, we're going to try to go live after every single Orioles game from here on out, whether it's just me, just Zach, Brad, Rocco, Ryan, whoever it is, whatever combination of us. We want to be a spot where people can go after Orioles games. And whether it's after a win, we can celebrate. After a loss, we can vent about it, right? It's a place where we can have conversations, good conversations, tough conversations. So really appreciate everybody. And again, for channel members, you get exclusive content. We put just stuff, what we do in our everyday lives. We're trying to nail down a time for exclusive member live streams. So that'll be once a month at some point, just us talking, just life. And that'll be for about 30 minutes or so. So we're trying to nail down a time every month. But if you want to become a channel member, get access to those perks. We have exclusive emojis, me, Zach, Rocco, Ryan, Ollie's in there, Brad, of course. You can hit that join button next to subscribe, and that will happen. I see also we have getting so many comments. Appreciate everybody who is tuning in with us. I see Laura saying we love Colton Cowser. We might just make it 1 up, 1 down, honestly. I think 3 might be a little too much. So 1 up, 1 down, one thing you liked, one thing you didn't. I like the sound of that. Rick, appreciate you. It says I'm a good kid. And Alex saying this is Kevin's safe space. Joe, who I don't think is here right now, said that we should make these post-game live streams Kevin and Zach's prom, because we did it yesterday. And I know Zach, again, is partying it up. So we will see. Jets asking, when will we be back at Hollywood Casino? Soon. Ryan is in here saying that we will be back there soon. We had a great time up at Hollywood Casinos, the Charlestown races. That was actually my, little story time. My first time in a casino was there. I wore my casino shirt, had $60. I had the pleasure of trying to win on, and didn't work. I followed Rocco, which probably wasn't my best course of action. So I ended up losing almost all that. Did win a little bit on the Wheel of Fortune slots. We actually missed the horse race. So we're excited to go back up there and see what's going on, because we didn't get to experience that last time. So we're excited to experience that. And again, if you like complimentary, Hollywood Casino complimentary is the name of the game. So shout out to Hollywood Casino at Charlestown races. And I see we got Joe in here. Both Joes in here saying Joe Radke's here. And then we have my computer's lagging. Kevin, Joe says as well. See Spirit Bomb saying, I followed Rocco, famous last words. Yeah, I survived. I did survive. And actually, we have a very funny story. I'm sure we'll tell it next time. Zach saying complimentary. Well, actually, yeah. Did you spell it right, Zach? Yeah, all right. Zach spelled it right. We had a funny story of Rocco trying to understand what the word complimentary meant. So I'll tease that for next time. I'm sure that Ryan or Zach or maybe Rocco will join that one. So I saw a conversation here. Something Zach and I talked about last night, trying to find it, but it's about trades and the Orioles roster, the state of the roster, and what the Orioles could do come the trade deadline. Now, we're not very close to the trade deadline. We still got a couple months to go. Zach and I talked about it last night. Here we go. Spirit Bomb. Shout out to you. Saying that we need to acquire 2 relievers, not just one. It's an interesting conversation, right? Because the bullpen has been pretty inconsistent all season, but they've had stretches of dominance. They've also had stretches of giving up big leads, giving up leads, losing games to the Orioles. So it's been the tale of 2 bullpens, essentially. And what I said last night was the Orioles starting pitching, for the most part, has been so consistent this season, right? I knew he spelled it wrong. Ryan, I knew Zach spelled it wrong. I was second guessing myself. Sorry. By the way, we might have to get Rocco in a spelling bee at some point. But regardless, to me, the Orioles, if we want to make predictions in May, we can. They can call it way too early trade deadline predictions, I guess. So in the chat, if you want to put what you think the Orioles are going to do you think the Orioles make a trade? Do you think they don't? If you do think they make a trade, what position or who would you like to see? I mean, my prediction is that the Orioles will probably at some point make a trade. Now, is it going to be a Mason Miller? I wouldn't bet on that personally, but I think, to me, with the inconsistencies going out there, I'm not sure it would be a high leverage guy. I think if, again, Kimbrel can stay on the way we've seen him over the past couple of outings, that's huge in terms of what they can do, especially at the close role. I also see Spirit Bomb saying if Tyler Wells can be healthy and good in the bullpen, that can go a long way. It's true. I mean, the Orioles have a situation right now where we don't know the timeline on Tyler Wells right now. We don't know if he's going to be able to come back or not. But at the end of the day, if he's able to come back and be healthy, he can be a high leverage player. And whether that is eighth inning, 7th, I think, again, if Kimbrel has the stuff, he should regain his status as a full-time closer. But if that's not the case, Wells can maybe step in and do that as well. But I think a middle to end reliever can be a high leverage guy. But for me, I see Benjamin saying, especially in the playoffs, I'd like a backup closer. I mean, yeah, any insurance you can get and any depth you can get. Plus, the 6-man rotation for Baltimore all of a sudden became 4 pretty quickly here, because we got the news today that Dean Kramer going on the IL list. I believe, was that a forearm? Had some forearm stuff in his last start and got placed on the IL. So they hope it's going to be a shorter term injury, kind of like the shorter stint like Grayson Rodriguez, who came back recently. But still, it's a little concerning where, you were so, we were so sure that Baltimore, okay, they have all this depth. They can go 7, they can go 6. And now all of a sudden, you essentially only have a 4-man rotation. Plus, we do now know that Albert Suarez getting the start for the Orioles tomorrow. So I know a lot of people were wondering, why is it not Povich? Why is it not Povich? Call up Povich, which, again, I would have probably called up Povich, but Suarez has shown that in spot duty this season, he has been great. So we're going to see oh man, I have my sound muted. I didn't even hear who just, oh, and he left. I was about to bring him in and he left. Rocco DeSangor, everybody. He was in the StreamYard and he left as I was about, okay, he's back. Hold on, let's see. Okay, I think he's here. He better not leave me. Is he in here? Oh my God, he left again. I brought him in and he left. Rocco DeSangro on the record is. Can you hear me, Rocco? He's back. He's doing me so dirty. Yeah, look at him. He's laughing. He's trying to laugh. Can you not leave this time? Can you actually be on the stream and not do me dirty?
Dude, I don't know how to join from my phone. I feel like my dad or like any 50 or 60-year-old that's not like tech savvy when I'm trying to use StreamYard, because it's like, I don't know, every time I hit done, I'm trying to like close out of like this menu and it kicks me out of the stream and I'm just like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm parked right now, so not driving, not doing anything against the law,
Good.
I don't think.
Good.
So that's good. But are you the only one in here right now, Kev, running the show?
I've been riding something, man. This is Locked On Ravens all over again.
Oh man. Oh man.
Well, you know what? It's a good thing because apparently we have good chemistry. So
how many people we got in the chat right now?
We got just almost 100. Almost 100. So
unbelievable.
People love their Orioles, man. See, look, Spirit Bomb backing me up. You're leaving me at the altar. With,
trust me, it won't be the first time you get left at the altar in your life, Kevin.
Wow, wow. You want to bet money on that?
Yeah, dude, I'll lock it in right now.
You want to lock it in? You want to? Yeah.
That and a Gunnar Henderson homer are like the two guarantees in life right now. So
Jeez,
I'll definitely.
Where's this coming from, man? You got some hostility in your heart tonight. My God. Jeez.
Listen, man, I got to play my role as the villain. Come in here, stir the pot a little bit, leave, drive home, and leave you on your own. That's just what it's about. Yeah. How are we feeling after that win, though? Big time.
Crazy, man. Ryan asked a question on a scale of 1 to moo. How you feeling?
Oh, it's a big time moo.
You see what I debuted on the show?
What is that, Kevin? What is that, Kevin?
It's a milk
Kevin,
carton.
What is that? It's a milk carton?
Yeah, it's a milk. Well, it's like glass or ceramic, but yeah, it's a milk carton for the Moo Man himself, man. How can I not debut it after that catch?
My goodness, when did you get that?
Like a couple weeks ago. I was waiting for the right time. I should have put something in it. But I didn't put something in it.
Well, you eat cereal dry, so we're not going to see any milk in there, are we?
No, I was thinking tequila for Ryan, but
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, man. What are your thoughts on the game? How'd you? I mean, look, crazy end to that thing. Adley Rutschman, man, clutch gene.
Yeah, I mean, is Adley the best pinch hitter in baseball? Is he not? I don't know. The world may never know. But to not be in the lineup, to have to get warm, these guys, they get ready to stay ready, and that's what Adley Rutschman did. I mean, to come in that situation and have a 2-run single right there and give the O's a 2-run lead, give them some cushion, that home run wouldn't even have mattered. Correct me if I'm wrong, because that was a blur, because I had to go from watching the game to immediately cutting the highlights to getting everything on air as soon as possible. But I believe it would have been a solo shot from Tommy Pham, and it would have made it a 6-5 game right there. But just an up and down game, man, roller coaster. But you know what? They won. And at the end of the day, a win in a 162 game season is big. But here's the thing, man, going forward. It's like when you get your team a 4-run lead to open the game, when you're up 4-0, towards the middle and the end, you expect to win games like that. And this fan base, they kind of went on a roller coaster ride, I'm sure. It was crazy emotions, just up and down with the heart rate. Your Apple Watches, for those of you that wear them out there, were probably telling you to breathe for most of the night. So maybe not the way that O's fans would have hoped that this game would have gone. But at the end, I mean, a home run robbery, an exciting win right there. I think one of the coolest moments of the season is Craig Kimbrell, who just picked up his 428th career save, telling Colton Cowser, who threw one of his milestone save balls in the fountain in Kansas City, listen, man, you keep that ball. That's a memorable one for him, man, because Craig Kimbrell could keep all the baseballs for all his saves. He's probably got a lot of them. But to do that, I think that's just a testament to how good the team chemistry is. And I think there were questions before the season is like, Craig Kimbrell, a clubhouse guy from Philadelphia, is he going to fit in well with this young core, this young group? I mean, all smiles there. That's all telling, man. It was really cool to see. And it's the little things that you pick up on when games end, when you're watching the broadcast, that you're like, all right, wow, this team's clicking. Like I said, maybe not the way that fans would have hoped it would have went. Cano tying the game there or giving up that game-tying home run to Andrew Vaughn, but they did get the win. My question is, and I'll ask Ryan this, and I'll ask everyone out there this, is where's your confidence level with this bullpen? Because that's a big question within this fan base. It is right now. Is this bullpen going to take you to the promised land? Do you believe that they can take you to the promised land? I don't know. It's some people I feel like are split. Some people are very heavy on one way. Some people are very heavy the other way. and some people are right down the middle of it. But you don't have Felix Bautista this year. You got to work with what you have, and maybe what the O's do around the deadline or before the deadline, they do get an arm for the bullpen, especially losing 2 starters and having to bring potentially 2 arms back from the bullpen as well.
Yeah, it's unreal. I mean, we talked about it a little earlier too with some of the trades. But this is, you said it wasn't how I expected the game to go, Rocco, near the end there. This is not how I expected the stream to go because we have a legend in the back.
Bro,
There
I've been back here for like 5 minutes waiting for Rocco to stop freaking talking. And
Well,
I was like,
if I knew you were here, Mr.
I was
Mustache,
I was like,
I would have shut my
you
mouth.
were- I thought you were ending your point, and I was like, okay, here we go. And they'd be like, oh, and then the question
I thought
really
I had to just keep talking. I should have timed myself like I do with Kevin when he tells his stupid stories.
Also,
well, that was probably longer than a story I told.
I want to put out there, I looked it up. I spelled complimentary right. I double checked on Google. There was a lot of slander. I spelled it right.
Dude, you were like the king of just like
let's get to oh, look at we're getting. I thought I was going solo tonight. We're getting a full house here. Yes.
Wonder where you are, Brad.
What the hell?
I don't know. Why don't you try to come find me?
Yeah. Oh,
I know. Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. I wanted to wait for Zach to get in here to bring up our super chats.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Rocco, we got it. Rocco.
Oh,
Rocco.
oh my god.
Well, Zach,
Yeah, that actually wasn't Zach. That was Jason Benowitz, honestly.
Oh my god, unbelievable.
Play the GIF. Play the GIF. Play the video.
Dude, I love this chat.
It'll get tweeted out. Hey,
whether you're ticked off sometimes or not, like this
Rocco,
chat's fantastic.
Rocco, you wanna pull a Westberg Cowser?
How so?
oh yes, do it.
Get out of your car, bro.
What? Dude,
Get out of your car.
I'm at work right now, Brad. Maybe like
What are you
20 minutes
doing?
we can-
Drive home.
Okay. All right. We could pull a Westberg Cowser if you guys stay on the stream that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it! I thought you were home.
Why did Kevin leave? What?
He was like, "I've done this long enough. I'm out."
Also,
Oh my
the
God.
angle that Kevin just put on camera behind screen was not. Yeah, that was.
Damn,
that was
everyone
interesting.
told me to
So
shut up in the chat.
Well, it's because I called
I
you
thought-
out for it.
I thought you guys
Oh
liked
yeah,
me.
I do have a head on. Is this a better angle? Is this better?
This is
Kind of look like I had, I don't know, a beanie on, I
All right,
guess.
I'm gonna drive home. I will. That's the case. So
How far
Yeah.
to drive?
20 minutes.
Oh, is it really 20 minutes? Yeah, we won't be here.
Really?
Where is Kevin? What happened to Kevin?
I don't know what happened to Kevin.
Oh, this is brilliant. Kevin Gone Striker.
That is hilarious.
Locked off Ravens. I love that. Oh my god.
What's up, Laura?
Does anyone?
The cat suffocated him. Oh my god,
I'm
Rick.
so
Yeah, he
confused.
actually went into anaphylactic shock because the cat got him.
Was he allergic to the cat saliva? Is that what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the fur. It's not the
Oh my
fur.
God.
Kevin's back.
Yeah, he makes that. He makes that. Oh my god. Is that cat in a tuxedo? Oh my
No, it's a
Holy
Ravens
shit, that is hilarious.
Oh my god.
Oh, there's Banksy. And all 3 of his legs. He's so mad. He's so mad at you.
I'm gonna- There he goes.
Oh my
All right.
God.
3-legged
How much it-
assassin.
Boys, what? Well, I asked Kevin. Honestly, where does your confidence level lie with the bullpen? Because
Well, you guys know where I stand on that.
I mean,
I'm saying, Brad, does this Can this bullpen win you a World Series?
No, I know it cannot. And look, not okay. I'll take the Ryan Ripken approach, and I'll say not right now.
In its current state. That's what I'm getting
Right?
at.
Yeah, not right now. So like, I have had my concerns over the bullpen since the Angels really. That's the Angel series, the away series on the West Coast for that series. That was kind of like the first time I was like, this is not good because I think that series it was Burns. I know Dean Kramer had a day that series, and it was just like you strike out 7-8 guys, you keep it to 1 to 3 runs, and then you still end up losing the game because the bullpen just can't get it together. And so I don't know what you do. I think that you still roll with the guys you have for now.
Yeah.
Let's see what June holds, because June's going to be the real litmus test. The reason I say that is because the Orioles only have 1 day off the entire month of June. So I think that you're really going to see what the Orioles and especially that bullpen's made of going in the next month.
Especially, man. And I'm not trying to contradict what we said in past episodes about we brought up the numbers because we wanted to say that the numbers weren't as bad as people thought they were. Numbers-wise, rankings-wise, the Orioles bullpen was in the top half of baseball. I don't know where they still are. Or they still are up there. Pretty sure they're top 10 in most categories when it comes to it. But you got to look at the last 30 days, the last 7 days, the last whatever days you can look at. And the concern going forward now is you're down 2 starters with Means and with Kramer, and you got to pull from your bullpen potentially with Irvin and potentially Suarez as well. And people are bringing up the question, Cade Povich, is it his time as well? I think, Zach, you might have put that out there. So for you and Kevin, what's your confidence level right now with the bullpen going into the later months of the season? I know it's like a look down the line, but we have to, man. We have to, because this team, the talent that they have across the board, and you're looking at it, the question needs to be asked because of what they did last year and the potential of what they have to do going forward.
Well, first,
And also drive the fuck home.
All right,
Drive
I'm
the
gonna
fuck
get
home,
over and let
Rocco.
you guys talk. All right.
Yeah, both Zach and now Ryan have faced your wrath, Rocco, because Ryan was sitting back here waiting for you to stop talking so we could bring him on.
Well, now I can't leave.
No, you can leave.
Yes, you can. Yeah, get the hell out. Come on.
Look at this. We're like the Brady Bunch right
A
now.
solo stream of mine turned into look at the whole squad coming on, man. Look at this.
We refuse to let Kevin have his time.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's good you all are here. My computer is like blowing up in real time, so like it's not.
That's fantastic. Because guess what, boys? Guess what we're firing up? What Ryan's actually working off of, Brad, right now? The new laptop. It's not exploding. It actually has internet that works efficiently.
And a battery.
And a battery. Yeah, the battery doesn't die when I plugged in. Really great stuff. And Kevin, you're a good kid, man. Never a doubt. Just a little bit, but never a doubt.
Yeah, I feel you. Well, did everybody see what I debuted? Rocco saw it.
Look,
you see this? I should have put something in it.
Put it down, Kevin.
Rip, say the line. say the line from Meet the Parents.
Me?
Which? Oh, okay. Kevin, that thing it's got udders, Kevin.
Oh yeah,
he doesn't know the line. It doesn't.
He has no clue, bro.
I'm not going to say it because he has no idea.
He should say it. Unbelievable.
Oh goodness, but hey, Kevin, proud of you guys. You know what? It's really like News Team Assemble. Another reference Kevin doesn't know.
Nope.
Probably angry.
But in all honesty, I was comfortable. I was trying to get situated. It's been a whirlwind for your guy over here, but it just everyone just came to the rescue. Zach could be at a bar or somewhere in the beautiful Ocean City water.
Down the ocean.
It's beautiful this time of year. You could be, but you're at home.
Who knows?
Well, not at home, but you're alive. There was a little concern. Yeah, Bronco. Yes, there's a line, and the unfortunate thing is Dred, that Kevin, see you, Rocco. God, I love the guy. He went on a good tangent.
I was
I
behind
was
the
I was about
for
to
like
hop
5
off.
minutes.
Yeah.
I was
No,
about like, you know
he
what?
did the
I'm
exact
here.
same thing to Zach.
Like,
Oh goodness gracious! Well, hey guys.
Yeah. So hold on, Rip. Your mic's not quite. Something's up with it.
I'm in the. Well, that's the thing.
Oh,
I'm trying to figure out. Better.
it was better.
Now it's worse.
Yeah.
Worse.
I think it's like, is the gain turned all the way up on that thing? Yeah. Ryan Vader. Yeah. That's what it kind of sounds like.
Is this better?
no.
No, we'll roll with it.
Is this better?
Yes.
No, that was
People
good.
Is it
have-
actually?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
good. What'd you do?
Like, I'm just a magician, Kevin. Don't
Oh.
ask
Yeah,
questions you don't have the answers
was-
to.
Now
Okay.
it's like totally back. Like that's
Well,
What?
Colton Cowser was certainly a magician tonight, wasn't he?
what a
Hey, good
segue.
job. Good job, Kevin. Yeah, let's chat for a second. I know there's a lot of ways to think about everything with the Orioles. As we know, I hate this team. I think everyone sucks. One of the worst baseball teams I think I've ever seen. So I don't know how they win games. So I think we'll just leave it at that because that kind of covers the whole thing. Not that they're 31-18, not that they have a top 4, top 3, possibly best player in Major League Baseball, and Gunnar Henderson. Yeah, it's by saying best player in the MLB, but MVP, no, he's up there, you know. But again, terrible. What else? Corbin Burns. I saw someone make some comments. Corbin Burns, terrible. He hasn't allowed more than 3 runs in any start of his Baltimore Orioles career. He hasn't gone less than 5 innings. He gives your team a chance to win every single game. I hate that. It pisses me off. Who wants to win games in May? You know. But in all seriousness, I mean, this is the reality of it. Yep. Thank you, Spirit Bomb. Known pessimist. It even hurts my soul to do this because, like, baseball is so freaking hard, ladies and gentlemen. And you're going to have ups and downs. You know what I love tonight? All Orioles RBIs tonight, 2 outs. Getting the job done with 2 outs. It's situational play that counts. And I'm really happy about it, about how it went. The Fighting Gavin Sheetses almost tried to pull it off, 2 days in a row.
He sure did.
They really did. And Gavin really was trying to make it interesting last night. The audacity of that guy. But overall, guys, I mean, hey, this is great. Honestly, it's a great way to bounce back. You got a series win in Chicago. Right? It's a 3-game series. I'm not losing my mind, right?
No, it's
4.
Okay, yep, I'm losing my mind. Okay, you split the series already. Great. Go win the series tomorrow. That's the beauty of it. And I'm just really, really happy for it. And it's not going to be perfect. I saw you guys talking about the bullpen, and I'll just say this one thing. And what was my philosophy, Brad? You already heard it, so I'll just say it. Let's get through June, and you're going to assess. The injuries right now is not ideal, but if there's one position that that at least it can help them is they have starting pitching depth, whether it's Irving, Suarez, Povich, McDermott, they have more depth, which I think they're going to right the ship. I think they're going to be okay. But get through June and we can really have an assessment to go, hey, what do we need for the home stretch here? There's a lot of things you don't want to do just yet. So, and I'll tell you what, with this, and people can feel all the way about with Bauman and all this, my stance doesn't change on Mike. I guarantee you the Orioles are thinking, we wish we had one more week because we lost a little bit more depth of what's been happening with the team. So that's all I got.
Well, I'm curious, Brian, to hear your thoughts because, he went on the IL and the report is that, Suarez is going to be the guy tomorrow instead of Povich. And there's been some conversation about Povich versus Suarez. Who would you rather see? I mean, Suarez has been good in spot duty. I mean, I think he's earned it, but I mean, I think the excitement around Povich is real. So, I mean, what do you think about that decision? I'm curious to hear your thoughts on it.
I think the short term is it's makes sense. Don't put the guy in a position just yet when you already have guys in house on the in that roster construction already. I think when we get more news with John Means, I think that's going to kind of determine that. What's Dean Kramer's status? And if one of those two is more long term, I think you're going to see a guy like Povich or McDermott have their chance sooner than later. I do believe that. But right now, I mean, Mr. Albert getting the ball again. Yeah, I agree with you. Jimothy, great name, by the way. I might name my first son that. I won't name him Calvin for those that were wondering. But in all honesty, it makes sense. You know what? Everything that Albert Suarez has done has been really consistent. He's comfortable. And Alex Baltimore. Cole's going to get a start coming up here. So
Cole also just on Wednesday, Cole pitched 3
Thank you.
innings.
Yeah, so it just he wasn't ready to do it. So Cole's going to start, and he'll be ready to go. Hopefully, he's past the Rocco DeSangro curse, and all will be good. But that's where I stand, Kevin. Does that make sense? Was that too long-winded, or should I keep going like Rocco?
No. I mean, look, if you want to catch up to me, you should be going for about 5 more minutes, but we'll get you there.
You know what, Kevin? I love your self-awareness.
I have to talk to myself for 30 minutes a day, essentially. So I know I can ramble, man. It's I think what Rocco had that timer up for 50 seconds. That was decently fine. That was like a decent.
Yeah, that one wasn't bad.
I think
Rocco was
Rocco
like
talked
15 minutes though. That one was long.
Yeah, Rocco might have talked for 10 of the 16 minutes of the stream, and he didn't start on it.
Oh my! And I think he talked more than I did in the first 20 minutes I was on here, in his 5 minutes he had. I mean, Zach was literally back here, just like get me on the stream.
Rocco would show up, and then Rocco starts bringing up alternate points and then alternate questions that he's not answering. He's like, "I would love to ask someone this," and I'm like, "Well, we're all here if you let us get on the screen."
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
One thing I do want to make comment wise here, Kevin, just because we don't have to go into deep time. We can have more story time right after dark. Maybe I'll go get my head compressor to really alleviate late at night. We could sing another round.
Kevin, put that down.
Brad missed it. You can tell. Look at his excitement.
No, I
on his
didn't.
face.
Brad's ready. Brad's ready.
But the thing I wanted to say with the bullpen, and it continues on here, and why am I getting a text? You know what? Throw the phone. See ya. The bullpen situation, I know when people are going about assessment, we're going to see ups and downs. We're going to see it, and especially guys that pitch so well to start, like Jacob Webb was great to start, even Cano, Coulomb, all these guys. There's going to be some regression. I think we started to see that a little bit with Cano, and Jacob Webb's lost a little bit of his control recently. Again, it's all normal. And again, this is not us saying that this is the group that they're going to have in 2 months. But this is what you're going to deal with for right now. And how about this? Vespi getting called up. Don't know what the timetable there is. I got a picture sent of Vespi today, and it made me smile. I was genuinely happy. I love that dude. He's works hard. He's just been waiting for his chance. One of my former teammates, by the way. And it's a good opportunity to see who can play a part. And I think that we just have to realize that there's no reason to go and make a move right now. There just isn't. I mean, and if you don't think it's me saying this, go look at the rest of Major League Baseball right now and see how many teams have traded for an arm that wasn't a designated for assignment player or situations like that. Like, go look around Major League Baseball. The only big trade I can think of was a position player, and it was Luis Ariz going to the Padres. So it just, a lot of teams are thinking the same way. It's not just me just saying that just to say it. I say it because I noticed a couple things. But Kevin, tell me how you're doing. Why did you take Banksy's utter toy away?
This is not, Banksy would ruin this. If he got this,
it would be better if it was his toy.
Well, sometimes you just got to buy things for content, and this is when you buy things for content. So look, I can sip out of that thing. So Guess. Would you drink tequila out of this, Ryan? Take a tequila shot out of this thing?
That's actually not where the milk really comes out. You know that, though.
Well, I'm not going to put that on stream. I don't think I'd survive that one. There are a lot of things I can survive, not that. No, I would never live that down. Banksy, actually, I'm looking over to where he sleeps, and he took his shirt off himself. He is no longer in the shirt.
Tarp's off. Tarp's off, Banks.
Tarp is off.
The shirt actually suppresses his demons at night. So when he's on like X Games mode when he doesn't have the shirt on, but when the shirt suppresses it somehow. So I don't know what the heck.
I'm going to stop you right there. His demons come out when he doesn't.
Have you not heard the orange cat lore?
That is true.
No.
Orange cats are crazy.
Yeah, they are crazy. All right.
So you have to put him in sweaters.
Well, you don't have to, but like we've just discovered that when he's in the shirt, he's calm, and when he's not, he's not.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
All right. Here, one sec. Before I hop off, I do want to talk about the bullpen, my opinion. Like you said, Ryan, I don't think it's something that gets solved in the next month or so. I think people forget the guys like Nick Vespi, the guys like Brian Baker, Matt Crook is down there. I think you're going to see a lot more inside the organizational guys getting opportunities before they go out and look to say, hey, where do we want to trade? Because if Brian Baker, if Nick Vespi, one of those guys comes up and suddenly they're pitching lights out baseball and they fill in your eighth inning guy, then you don't have to go out and get an eighth inning guy. You can look elsewhere to fill in the holes where you need. I just think the next month is going to be a lot of, especially with these injuries, guys coming up and down, seeing what they have and kind of where the talent stands before they go out and say we need to make a trade.
Well, we talked about that last night, Zach, too, where it's like, I think it's not wrong to expect some sort of a trade if you're on that train, but it's not, I'm not expecting it tomorrow. I'm not expecting it in a week.
Exactly.
They still have depth, but when we get to the trade deadline, then we can reevaluate that. Or even Ryan, as you said, through June, we can reevaluate that. It's just, I know it doesn't feel early in the season anymore because it's kind of been going on for a little bit, but it is still very early in the season.
We're less than a third in.
Right. Exactly.
Wait a minute.
So,
we're
going to see, Rockers being.
There is 111 games left.
Crazy.
No. Wow. Yeah, no, Rocco's getting a little feisty.
I know. Oh, here, he goes, Kevin, drink out of the udders, you coward. Okay. Wow.
I mean,
it's because we roasted him for talking about everything for so long.
Yeah, but I will say this, Kevin.
It just makes it so easy.
Why the hell do you have that?
If you saw this thing in a store,
I would leave
it. And you know that Colton Cowser is the Moo Man.
I would just shake Cowser's hand and tell him, hey, you're doing a great cowing job. And I wouldn't buy a thing that would
When did you purchase this?
Like what you're holding the udders.
When did you purchase this?
I purchased it a couple weeks ago at Home Goods.
Okay. That's
but seriously, if Colton has a walk-off this year, I'm gonna be doing some drinks out of this.
Hell yeah.
You go.
You know what, Kevin? Do you?
It has the 4 udders.
Right okay, put them down. Put Kevin. This is a stream.
The stream is gonna get unmonetized because of that.
Oh. Yeah, actually, this is a good question, Spirit Bomb. We're all wondering this now. Was this over $20?
No, it was. I think it was on clearance. Actually, it was like $5 or something. Not nothing crazy.
What was it before clearance? Like 12?
Probably 9 or something. I can't remember. Probably 9 or something. 7. So, Zach, you said you're a Marshalls connoisseur like me.
Yeah, no, but I go and get T-shirts and stuff, not like.
Oh no, I'm all about this type of stuff. You see behind I got.
I don't know why this surprises. I don't know why it surprises either one of you guys.
Intramural championship.
You got that at Marshalls?
No, I earned this on the fucking football field.
Oh my. Okay, can we define earned? What's
I
earned?
I joined the team that won the
'Cause
championship.
Okay, that's earned.
What position did you play?
No, this is flag football intramurals. What, Kevin? This is my frat won the thing.
Oh, you fratted? Nice,
Yeah,
man.
I was president. It was horrible. The worst thing I will tell you: if you are in a fraternity, do not be president. It's not worth it. You deal with way too much shit.
Should Zach be the president of the Ryan Ripken Show fraternity?
We
we aren't having.
We'll start one.
Yeah, Brad, write that down. Let's have that. We'll have that. We'll have that in our post show meeting. Let's go over. Zach is qualified to run a frat.
Yeah, yeah. I did pretty well.
Yeah, leadership skills. We'll put that in Zach's performance review.
Yeah,
Yep.
I had to call the SWAT team once, but that's a whole different thing.
What were you doing in your frat?
Well, it's a
frat.
That is
you plead the fifth.
Yeah, that one. That is like a 20-minute story. There's too many backstories that led up to the SWAT team getting called. Like, it was too much.
We got some good kids.
I have, yeah. There were some. I think we all probably have some crazy stories. Not about frats. Well, yeah, I wasn't in a frat though.
What? That surprises me.
Is it?
That does surprise me too.
Because I transferred in to Elon my sophomore year, so at that point I was just like, although actually my roommate got recruited super hard into a frat, and he had to go through like all of it. Wasn't actually hazing, but
frats
he went in as a junior, and like there were freshmen because the frat had just started up who were like his big or whatever it is, and they were yelling at him to like go harder at the gym because that was some of the like quote unquote hazing, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm done with this," and quit like after a week.
Kevin, look at these hands. These hands don't haze. Remember that.
I never accused you of hazing. Never accused you.
We used to have events. I have T-shirts that say "These hands don't haze."
Well, I believe you.
Yeah,
I'm not going to put you in a weird spot. I believe you.
Hey.
Oh, actually, Spirit Bond, do you actually go to Elon? If so, that's awesome.
That's pretty neat.
That's what the
mascot. Pretty neat.
All right.
Guess what, Spirit Bomb? I also did not go to Elon, but I heard it's a great time.
We were almost in the same state, Ryan.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. On that note, I'm dipping, but you guys go O's.
Yeah, we're almost at an hour. Although I think Brad, is Rocco close? Do you want to pull the Kowser Westberg?
No, I tried doing it beforehand, but he fucked it up by like actually joining the show and not leaving work.
Yeah, that's all.
How far away? He's not. Well, I don't know how far away he is.
Hey,
he's 20 minutes away.
We just want him to be. He's probably almost close, but we want him to be safe. We'll get right off the stream as soon as he hops on.
Yeah, you guys have fun. Go O's. Have a day. Have a night.
O's. All right.
Yeah, he goes over around the corner. So why don't we wrap this up right before Rocco gets on?
Yeah. I can tell when. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, if you guys don't mind, wow, I am a little bit out of it. A little rip after dark here for a moment. Thursday night got a little bit too chaotic, to be honest. Buddy's in town. We're talking about keys to relationships, and we probably said everyone that you shouldn't say.
You got any advice for the chat, Ryan?
Well, you know what? I believe in a relationship. We went around and asked, I think every person misunderstood the question last night, but we're like, what do you appreciate in a relationship? And, we're thinking maybe someone's going to say trust. And that was like the last person's answer. That was actually Jamie's answer. The first answer was
that clears.
The first answer was not communication either. It was have fun. And you know what? It's have fun in a relationship.
Hell yeah.
Second answer, eye contact. Always make eye contact in a relationship, Kevin. Just eye contact.
Never look away. Never.
Never look away. Yep.
Wow.
Then there was laughter. You gotta laugh. You gotta
Pretty
have
good.
a good time. And then we put communication and trust at the bottom, which obviously is that should be near a little bit higher up on the list. But no, have fun. Screw it, Kevin. Right? You're having fun.
Yeah. I think it's a good one. I see. Well, Joe doesn't appreciate your answers.
Yeah, no, it was so great because I think someone walked in and I think Jamie even asked to my buddy, like, hey, what do you think you should do? He's like, oh, have fun. And I'm like, that's not what I'm like, you know what? I love it. So you know what, Kevin?
I mean,
have fun.
But he's not wrong.
No. Have fun.
Yeah.
If you don't talk for a week, but you're having fun, it's great.
If you're not talking for a week, I don't know how much fun is being had. What was yours?
Laughter. You got to be able to laugh. Of course, you got to be able to. See, Joe, this is exactly it. That's how you get over it. Just eye contact.
Stare at them.
Does the trick.
Yeah, I don't know how well this one would go over.
No, it won't. And again, it's all good fun, but I was having a little bit of rip after dark on a Thursday night, but when you got to see friends and have a good time, my relationships, we talk about it, even though Kevin, I give you a lot of trouble, give you a lot of shit. You're a good kid and
we're not.
I appreciate your friendship. No?
Should
we get off before he gets on?
He is unlocking the door as we speak.
All right, guys. Well, it's a great time to wrap up the Ryan Ripken show. Hit that like and subscribe button on the way out. And we'll be back in the future. We will answer Orioles questions. We will have a good time. And that's all I got. Brad, final thoughts?
What was it?
Nope, that's it. I think
Are we actually gonna do Rocco so dirty right now?
The O's are fine. I'll say that. The O's are fine.
The O's are fine. Put it on a shirt. Put it on a shirt.
We
The O's are
on
fine.
shirt.
Holy shirts and pants. Okay. All right. Right when he joins, we leave.
Yeah. Immediate end.
I told him to bring me up a beer.
Oh, this will be perfect. He's gonna be so mad at me.
What a dumbass! He locks the slider like I'm not even up. Like I'm not up here.
Does he know? Oh.
Does he know what?
That you're there.
Yeah.
Like up there.
You also got the wrong beers.
Oh goodness. It's anticipation. You know what? Future looks good. We appreciate you. The future does look good. And they're all right. And that's the end of the stream. Okay.
Okay.
You guys
See
have
you
a
guys.
great night. See
All
ya.
right.
Where are you going?